keep the button down, right? So she kept pressing the button, saying stuff, and it wouldn't do anything. So at one point, she thought like maybe it was just custom to my voice, so she tried to lower her voice.
The voice recorder on those uh, the remote controls, worst idea ever. Everybody, ever since the advent of Siri, it never works. People always use that dictation, and they end up going back and redoing it, and they end up it's the most stupidest thing in the world.
And I think people have realized, like a lot of the apps have realized that it's a pain in the ass. So like instead now, a lot of the apps on the TV, they just use like the QR code. You can just scan it and it'll just link up to your phone, and you're like, yeah, you're in. Fuck it.
Oh man, that's welcome to all new drinks and words, my ladies and gentlemen.
Woo!
Took a week off for celebrating the Cove's 70th birthday. We will get to that in a bit, but yeah. What are we drinking today?
Uh, Whiskey on the rocks.
Wow, on the rocks. I'm I just woke up, so I'm like, okay.
Well, I've been up since 6. I went to the gym. I got 3 miles in today, 5 miles yesterday. Trying to get more into the health thing, and that means that I'm trying to cut back on soda and I don't have any of the mixers. So it's straight whiskey.
Wow, wow. The whole healthy lifestyle. We'll get into that in just a minute. So yesterday, right after work, I did a 14-hour shift. I was hungry. I didn't feel like cooking, which is mistake number one in any healthy lifestyle. You know, and it just so happened that I finished up my food and everything like that, so I really had nothing prepared. So I was like, oh, let me just go get some tacos. So I got some tacos and some burritos, and then I came home, and then I was like, what did I just do? I was like, I'm overeating. So I was like, brilliant. I know what I'll do. I'll eat the burrito and I'll save the tacos for breakfast. So ate the burrito, but while I was eating the burrito, I was like, man, you know what this needs? A beer. So I got a beer, and I was tired after I'd done eating that burrito. I was done. So this is the beer from half drinking beer from yesterday
Uh,
that I'm
you're
that
gonna
I'm
you're gonna
enjoying.
you're gonna start the show off with a half beer from last night.
Yes.
That is true hombre.
Have you ever done that? Have you ever drink half a beer and then I'll save it tomorrow? It always feels like a good idea, right?
Again, beer doesn't hold over well.
This one does. This is from Three Weavers. It's the Sea Farer. Farer.
Fur. Yeah,
Far
fur.
Farer.
Have you looked into what that means?
No, no. Why would I?
What's a Koch style?
Yeah, it's a style of beer. There's another brewery just around the corner that I just discovered, Tortugo Brewery, and they do a Coach style as well. So I haven't really looked into it. I just like it.
Never heard of it.
Like, why
Never
am I
heard
going
of
to look
it.
into this? But it tastes good. I'm
They could
surprised.
they could be they could be using some weird ingredient. We don't know what's in that style.
I mean, it's beer. I mean, it's not.
It's hops. It's hops.
Yeah, like
Get the job done.
yeah, yeah.
Is
But
that is that why you said drinks, because you had that leftover one,
well, I have
or
that one,
just
and then I
because
have
you don't have to
another
work?
beer, and then I have oh, and then since we're I'm doubling up because I'm not working today. I brought out a classic, ladies and gentlemen. Hold on. While I put this one down. There's some logistics happening here. If you want to see all this, log on to our YouTube, log on to drinkswordsby.com and hit our YouTube banner. And while you're there, go ahead and click that subscribe button. And let me just move this to, yeah, okay. And then, ladies and gentlemen, the gin and tonic. making it. I
Mm.
want to say its first appearance on here. Usually, I just do gin by itself, but I felt,
Usually do myself.
yeah, I felt classic today, so I was like, let's do a gin and tonic. And I just cut these limes this morning.
I'm assuming that today is a really just a relaxing day for you. That you're drinking half a beer, you have another beer, and you're drinking a gin and tonic right now. Like you're not going anywhere. You're not doing anything. This is it.
This is what they call true home ownership, David.
I'm actually lucky. I got the wife home today and all weekend, so she's working from home today.
Yeah.
I'm doing the Air Bunny ears. Um, but yeah, so I may partake of a few more cocktails along the day.
I mean, technically, we both are working from home today too, David. So I totally
Cor-
get it. Totally get it. Yeah, yeah. So, I have nothing planned today. Well, let me strike that. I do. So my new routine now on Fridays, and it's either before the show or after the show, is to do yoga. So after this, I will do some yoga. I just, because we're talking about health and kind of in that vein, I got some interesting news from my healthcare professionals, and they're like, they told me that my workout regime was just not good enough. They're like, it's not working. It is not working. You need to do more. So
okay.
because I got that news, I was like, oh man, okay. So I'm like, so that means, I was doing 3 to 4 days a week at the gym, but then I was taking 3 to 4 days off straight. So I was like, okay, that just means I need to just be more active and not take all that time off. And I just need to find more things to do. So on Fridays and Saturdays and Sundays, I do yoga. And this week, I'm gonna take the bike out and just kind of carefully. I might actually. I don't know if I'm taking the bike out or I just might do my regular thing, which is I go and I'll just walk around and try a pathway. And then when I feel comfortable, I'm like, okay, maybe I'll just do a bike. So I've been trying to do more and more healthy things because of all that. Today, obviously, stricken from the record. You know what I mean? This is only
Well, you're
for
still
show.
gonna do the yoga. You're still
Yeah,
gonna
I'm
do the
gonna do
yoga.
yoga after. I'm gonna do yoga after, but I'm gonna do all that. But
How
with
long
those,
do you yoga?
it just depends. It truly just depends on on the video. Some videos are 15 minutes, some are 30 minutes, some are 45 minutes, some are 23 minutes. So it just depends. It just depends on what it is. And as I'm going back to that, I need mantras in my life. I need something to just say, the new
I will.
Alante,
I
like
will
I
have
don't.
sex. I will have sex. I will have sex.
Eventually, you know what I mean. I mean, it's bound to
Yeah,
happen. That's the way I look at it. But so yeah. But with that, the other day I just had my first salad for dinner, and I was like, where did my life turn? How did this happen? That I'm eating a salad for dinner.
you know, it happens, sir. Like, sometimes you have to go. It's the give and the take. You have a salad for dinner. You have a beer for breakfast. It's just
All in moderation.
balance.
Yeah, so I'm dealing with those health things that I'm just trying to just be better at, and I have a weigh in 4 months. They're like, we're weighing you in. We're doing your body fat. You have 4 months. You have 4 months to get it together, Albert. And I'm like, oh shit. So it's kind of like I'm back at like boot camp all over again.
Yeah. Wife was showing me a meme in regards to balance.
Yes.
But yeah, no, I mean, I've been there. I'm there now. I told you I was at my. I've been at my heaviest now, and I'm about 10 pounds down. Fluctuating, trying to get that last couple. Trying to once I break the 250, and then I can concentrate on 240 to 230 to get to 240, and then I mean ultimately I don't think I'll ever get back to what I was 13 years ago when I lost like 55 pounds. But I would like to lose. I'd like to get to at least 220. So if I can get to 220, I think that's a good balance for me. I keep using the word balance. Um, shut up, you. In the background. Um, it'd be a good good number for me. Shut up, you. Good number for me. Like I think I'll be healthy and still I won't be like all skin and bones like I was when I lost all that weight.
Yeah. At my thinnest, I was like 130. That was 70 pounds ago. But I'm still
Wait, how old were you then?
that not that long. I was about I'll say 8, 9 years ago.
Really?
Yeah.
Have I? I thought have I known you that long? Yeah.
I mean, you've known me for at least 5, 6 years.
That's a cheers. Uh, um. Yeah. Wow.
Yeah. But that was because, and this was great because I got the VA to approve aqua therapy for me. So that means I get in a pool again, and that's when I was at my thinnest. Was when I was swimming, and so hopefully that'll within a week or two that'll kick in, and we'll see what happens from there. So healthy choices, ladies and gentlemen. That's what we're all about here. As we cheers to
Yeah.
that.
Tough choices. So
Not bad, not bad for a day old beer. It's only a few hours. What time did I have this? I had this like at 9, so 12-hour beer.
12 hour beer. So,
Good. But
uh.
let me bring in my new surprise.
Oh.
I'm breaking
Spy
out.
versus spy.
Yes, this is the juicy drips. As we know that there's no more left. There's only 8 more left in my collect. No, 7 more left in my collection now. As I'm breaking these open, I didn't want to, but once you told me that beer goes bad, I was like, "What? My collection's at risk?"
Yes, there are. It doesn't hold the same way.
Oh,
Maybe a stout. A stout might. It's not really like any.
oh, so
There's not really any carbonation in a stout, so I think that might hold. It's more like a wine or like a barley wine.
mm. Yeah, delicious. Absolutely delicious. I do have another beer from that Tortugo brewery. They do a really good seltzer. I'm not big into seltzers. If I do a seltzer, I do the Topo Chicos, and I just got into this one, which they do seasonal seltzers. So right now they have a peach seltzer, and dude, I was like, okay, I'm like, do you have any 6 packs or anything to go? And they're like, no. So I should have got it, but dude, it's like a mega can. It's like a 36-ounce can that they gave me. They're like, no, we sell it in cans, and they canned it up right in front of me, and
Nice.
it's the hugest, biggest can I've ever seen in my entire life. It's almost a 40, I want to say. So I got that, but that's just waiting in the wings. That's waiting for football season. It's waiting for next week. I'll break that open. So I found that, and they do one of their annual beers called the Galapagos that they just released. So I got that too. So I have a couple different breweries in my house, which um like my house has just become kind of a locals only kind of place, just local beer and you know, me. So kind of
That's not bad
enjoying.
though. I mean, local beer. It's because they'll give you different things. Like you can you have varieties there. You can do a flights. You know, a Coors Light's always gonna be a Coors Light,
Yeah,
but you know, so
yeah. And these two breweries couldn't be more far apart than the other. Like the Tortuga Brewery is like if this was a brewery in Mexico, you know, I'm like, this is what a brewery would in Mexico would be. The other one is more of like a hipster kind of cool vibe. Not saying the other one isn't cool, but like it's just more of a trendier vibe, Three Weavers, which I enjoy, and they have really good beer too. So, and they're always doing community events there. So every week, like this week, there's a vegan luau happening tomorrow. So I'm like, ooh, vegan luau, look at me.
yeah, look at you. I mean, that's healthy. You could say you ate healthy.
Yeah, yeah. So I got that going on tomorrow. So two really cool breweries, and because of this, I'm thinking about starting my own kind of like uh, walk like tour of Inglewood, and where people just come down and I take them to one that brewery, then we go to Randy's Donuts because it's on the way to the other brewery, and then there's two pizza spots right on the way, and then we hit the other brewery. So it's like I'll hit one of the spots that has the alcohol as part of the tour, and then just that was like three, four spots. I don't know if that's much of a tour or not. What do you say?
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't say it's much of a tour, but it's a nice little it's a nice little Saturday, I guess.
Yeah,
You
it
know what I mean?
round trip it would be about 3 miles total.
Mm, I did that today in 55 minutes.
Oh yeah, this would be like 3 hours, 4 hours. I don't know.
Yeah, much more,
Yeah, because we're
much
stopping and
more.
you
Yeah,
know doing all that. So I don't know. That's just something that I'm thinking about doing. I just recently uh did my first SoFi drop. This was just a tester. So I live about 2 miles from SoFi, and I got a call from a mutual friend of ours, Andrea, who said, "Hey, I'm going to the second night of Metallica. Could I drop my car off at your place?" And I was like, "Sure." And I was like, "I'll even drop you off about a mile from the stadium, and I'll pick you up right after." I'm like, "Trust me." I'm like, "It's gonna work out." I'm like, "As long as you walk there and walk to this, um, pickup point, it's gonna
before the
be
traffic gets really bad.
yeah." I'm like, "It's gonna be pretty much the same." So, what would you rather do? Save $100 and be active, or just spend $100 and wait that entire time in traffic. So she opted for that, and it worked pretty well. I dropped her off at the 1 mile point, and this one intersection is like the perfect spot because it's on Manchester and La Brea, and it's right when the traffic is start. That's where all the flow is starting to go into the stadium. So I could just zip right past it, drop her off, and then make a U-turn, and then just miss all of it.
Yeah.
So we did it, and it worked out pretty well. There's just a few things that I gotta change. Nothing too drastic, because I when I picked her up, all the traffic was going the opposite way, so I didn't count on that. So now I know a way to counter that. So yeah, so that might be something that I may offer. I'm thinking about opening up an Airbnb essentially, which is you come with me Saturday, and then I take you to the tour, and then I drop you off on Sunday morning or whenever at the stadium. Then I pick you up, and then you come back, and then you can either go home or spend the night and leave Monday morning. What
Hmm.
do you think?
Sounds fun. I mean, it's something that I know we got to do. You know, we got to go visit you and stuff. So sounds like a plan. Make a day of it. A whole tour and just chill and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah. So those are
Oh,
just things I'm doing, just like little side hustles and stuff like that. during the season, and it actually works even like for concerts and stuff like that. So, um,
Yeah, because
yeah,
even if you like charge $40 and say like you still got to walk a mile, they're still saving $100 in that parking. Because I know they're building the parking structure like right across the street from the new basketball stadium. Like what are they going to charge for parking?
right. In
Like
in in a way, I don't know if SoFi the people there are brilliant or just stupid because they're like, look, there's no parking here. So what we'll do is we'll build parking and we could charge whatever we want.
yeah, you got a parking lot that fills like 2,000 cars and you charge $50 a car. That's a lot of money just fucking just a space.
Yeah, and considering the SoFi Stadium holds like what, like 60 or 80,000 people just for football. It probably
Yeah.
holds more for concerts. It's like they're making hand over fist just on parking.
Yep.
So, yeah, that's good. Those are kind of my ideas lately that I've been thinking about.
Well, if any of you listeners are, heading to SoFi or the forum, feel free
Yeah.
to jump in the DMs and hit up Albert about
Yes.
transportation.
Yeah.
And
Thank you. I keep
stories.
on saying SoFi, but it's open to the forum as well. You're right. You're absolutely
Yeah.
right.
They're right
So,
next to each other.
yeah. Yeah. Thank you, David.
Gotcha.
Completely. Yeah. So let's get to our main topic in point, the Cove's 70th anniversary. I believe we both had two opposite experiences, but we'll see. How did yours? When did you get there? And tell me about the vibe.
I got there. I want to say close to 4 o'clock, like around that time, like the old midday shift.
Yeah.
Uh, saw a bunch of regulars. It was pretty full. I got to partake of the taco man, so I got to eat. Uh, drank quite a bit. I ended up with 2 bottles. I took home 2 bottles with me.
What bottles did you end up with?
The new Templeton Rye, which is dangerous.
Damn.
It doesn't taste like alcohol.
Oh,
Like I could just drink that and just be cool, but there's like so like there's no burn that you don't think you're like, oh, next, but it's 100 proof, so next
right.
you're pressed out. And then I got another Weller Antique,
Wow.
so no, it was cool. I mean, just chilling, talked to Greg for a little bit. Got to see the bartenders. Mo and Sally were there, so I got to hang out with them. It was very cool, chill vibe for me. I enjoyed myself. Got a little intoxicated and headed home.
Very cool. Myself, I couldn't go get there till after work, so I got there a little bit after 11:30, and the POS was down, and the internet was down, and I was the only one saying, "Well, I mean, this is a throwback to 1953." I was like, "Cash only."
Yeah,
No, nobody has my brilliant brain. You know what I mean? I was like, "Well, this is how it was back then." So you know what I mean? So all the bartenders were just trying to figure out how to do their their all their credit cards because it went down during that time. So they're just kind of figuring out how to charge people or get the money back from from the POS. But luckily, I always carry
it,
money on me.
it's happened before though. I know it's happened before. They used to do it. They had like this. They had the credit card swiper.
Yeah, yeah. So
So
yeah, but luckily, once I got that straightened out, I mean, I had money on me, and I always carry money on me when I go to the Cove just in case. And this just happened to be a perfect time for me to just use my money. So I was like, "Here you go." Like, take all my tips. Here you go. So I did that, and then Sheila was there, and she was buying some drinks. And then she was like, "Oh, I'm gonna close out my tab," and I guess they forgot to tell her about it. And she's like, "Oh, I don't. All I have is card. I don't have any cash." So, I bought her tab out, and I think that was the right thing to do. I was like, "Well, I got some extra cash. Here you go. Like, I'll just pay it off." And yeah, yeah. So it was just a interesting vibe. Everybody was a little stressed out because of it, and I was trying to um, tell people and Greg, I was like, you know what? Like, you can always recoup money. What you cannot recoup is time. So let's be thankful of that. So I was
Yeah.
just, being very positive of that and stuff like that. I did want to purchase a bottle, but I just didn't have enough money for any of that for cash.
It
So
used to be. Yeah.
yeah. So
Um. Yeah. I'd hit a break for that Templeton Rye. Did you try the Templeton Rye?
which one did I try? I tried something. I forgot what it was. I don't even know how many drinks I was in, but I tried something. It might have been the Templeton Rye. It could have been. That was the
Pretty good.
last that was the last release, right?
Yeah, that's the one that had the little like the party with all the giveaways and stuff.
Right.
Borders.
Yes. Yes. Then yes, I
And
did have it.
and they do have a. I know they were Greg and Kelby were just in Mexico. They picked up a new tequila, uh, Cove Tequila, Herradura.
Jeez, Cove Tequila. Holy
Yeah.
cow! I don't even know what to think of that. I'm kind of a little afraid of that. So
Oh no, it was Max. Max put his hand in the cup. Yeah. Sorry, talking to the wife. I left the water cup on the table, and the cat stuck its paw in my water glass. So I was like,
that means it's his now. That's what that means.
yeah, pretty much this whole house is his. That's the thing. Everything's kind of his.
Yeah, we were just I was just having this conversation the other day about pets, and they're like, "Oh, do you have a pet?" And I'm like, "Of course." Herbert gave him the whole spiel. Herbert is just about to be 2 years old, actually, in a couple
Nice.
days. Yeah, yeah, it's the
Oh, in
longest.
a couple days, are you celebrating? You're gonna have a little fish. I don't know. I don't want to say fish fry, but that's bad form.
Yeah,
Uh,
a little
can
up.
you get can you get like gourmet fish food?
No, no, I wouldn't even do that anyway because he doesn't even eat that much. So, to me that's just a waste. I'm gonna have a pesky party, I guess. I don't know. I don't. It's just gonna be like, hey, like use the longest fish that I've had, and what a great way to start the NFL season, and with him, like,
Yeah.
look, Herbert. Woo.
Hey.
So
Uh,
I'm excited for that, and it was funny the other day. I was at the grocery store, and has this ever happened to you where all the coworkers are commiserating in one area and they're talking shop and they're just kind of oblivious of like everybody else and they're like blocking one like thing that you need. So I walk up to them like and I didn't know how to like handle it. Like, like
just say excuse me. I need this,
is that is
or can you hand me? Yes,
is that
that's just nature. Just go. Excuse me. Yes, I need that right there. Or pardon me. Can you hand that to me? Can I get the prego with the mushrooms? Yeah, thanks. Appreciate it.
okay, 'cause that's not where my mind went. I was like, how do
How
I
do you how do you what? I
I
don't want
was
to interrupt their conversation.
I
They're
did it.
fucking working.
I
They're
did it.
working.
And so I go, "Are you guys done yet? Like, are you guys done talking?" And I go, "I didn't mean it like that." I'm like, "I just need to get to this." But I, didn't- I literally said, "Are you guys done talking? Because I need to get something."
So you went the rude route. Got you.
I didn't mean to be rude. I was just like I was like, "Guys, I've been here for literally 5 minutes, staring
Wait,
at
you
you guys."
waited that long?
Yes, these guys were fucking oblivious. That's why they were so into their conversation.
I
And
didn't just go. Or when are you the manager? No, why? 'Cause I need you to move.
so I feel all awkward every time I go in. I'm like, "Oh my god!" Like. I didn't mean it that way. I just didn't know how to like politely like be like, guys, you're in my way. I need to get to the tomatoes. You know, it's just
Just say, "Excuse me, I need tomatoes."
yeah.
I don't know. I don't know how difficult it's gonna be for you. I really don't. I think,
But the irony of it, right? The irony of it, I was like, these fucking guys are lost in this conversation. How could they do that? So the other day I was bartending and I was talking with somebody and they were like we were talking about pets and how they lost their pet and it was just like a deep dive into like how much they love their pet and they're dead. And then this guy was like, I need a beer. And I'm just like, and I just started laughing. I'm like, oh my god, the it went back around. I was like, it went back around. I am now those
yeah,
workers. You know what I mean?
you're one of those people.
Yeah, I was like, oh no, like it's what a 360, or 180. Like I was I was them, now I'm those people. Now that guy is me. I was like, oh whoa, that I apologize, but like I was like I apologize, but I like how do you get out of somebody confessing like their feelings about and their emotions about their pet that died? You know what I mean? You can't be like, hold that tear, let me get another beer. You know what I mean?
I mean, you're working. Just go like, "Excuse me, hold that thought. I want to talk to you about this. I want to talk to you about this, but I gotta go take care of these other people. I'll be right back."
Yeah,
See, I
that's
hit him
better.
with the. I'll be back in 2 and 2.
I don't think I'm suited to be a bartender because I just don't have those like those condensations. I'm like, yeah, yeah, yeah. I'm like, I'll get to you.
It's a
Just
little
pour
late in
your
the
heart
game
right
now.
here.
Yeah, a little late in the game. It's why
Yeah,
you. It's why you. It's why you avoid the conversations. It's like, oh, do you have pets? No, I don't have any pets. I don't care about pets. I hate pets. I hate pets. And nobody talks to you about pets.
yeah. No, I couldn't. And it was funny because it was the event that I was doing was our once a month like work party, and so like everybody was there, and it was just me by myself because the other bartender's out on sick leave for like a couple months. And so it was just me, but I was handling it, everything was pretty easy. A lot of people had to wait, but I was like, "You're next. Okay, you're next." Like I got you, but some people were like, "That person's been waiting forever." I'm like, "I'm on it." So I was running around, so it wasn't I was busy for about like 2 hours straight just serving drinks and of course, bar etiquette, it's packed and somebody wants a citrus smash and it couldn't have come at the worst time. And I was just like, okay, I'll make it for you.
Yeah,
And yeah, so I did that, and it was. I felt like a real bartender. I was like, man, like I really felt like I was at a bar and stuff like that. So it felt really good. And then at the end of the night, some of the regulars pulled me over, like, man, you were great. They're like, you were doing this and that, just talking me up, and I'm like, oh, tell me more, you know.
tell me where. No, no, who knows?
Yeah, yeah, and got tipped really well. So, I walked out extremely happy. And the hardest part though was that we do inventory at the end of the month, and it was the end of the month, so I still had to stay and do that on top of cleaning by myself and everything like that. So it was a long day for sure, but well worth it. And well worth it. At least I had today off, so I was able to really sleep very well.
Good, good, good. So, speaking of sleeping, Bob Barker is sleeping forever now.
Yes, he's sleeping with all the future spayed and neutered cats. You know, all the babies that will never be.
Remember it.
Yeah.
Yeah, Bob Barker, man. I mean, he. I'm not going to do the joke that everybody was doing, but he was 99. He was 99.
What is
You
the
know,
joke that everyone's doing? I have not heard this joke.
you haven't heard like, oh, he he got as close to $1 without going over. You didn't hear that?
No,
You heard that?
no,
Yeah,
no.
he was 99. He got as close to 100 without going over.
Wow,
He went,
wow.
class act. He went out. He went out the right way.
Yeah,
Um, it's sad that I mean he's 99. He lived a good life. You can't say nothing. But like anytime you were homesick from school, Bob Barker was there.
yeah. And spay and neutered. You know what I mean? I didn't even know what spay. I knew what neutered was, but I was like, what does spay mean? Like you're spraying your cat or something like that? I don't, you know?
Yeah, yeah. But yeah. I mean, there's been a couple deaths, right? A lot of wrestling deaths.
Yeah.
The voice of Dale from King of
Yes.
the Hill.
Yeah. Wingo. Dale, I still want to be that for Halloween. You know, I think
You
yeah.
went. You want to do King of the Hill?
Dale Dribble.
No
Be Dale.
trouble.
Yeah, even but the Hank Hill is the
What was
is
it? Wait, what was Dale's alias?
oh uh what was it? I it's like on the tip of my tongue.
Yeah.
It was um
It's not like Chester or anything, right?
no. It was I might have to go to the internet for this.
Yeah, because it's gonna kill me.
Oh,
I
Rusty
remember
Shackelford.
Rusty Shackelford.
It just I didn't look it up on the internet, I swear. It just came to me like boom. Like, oh yeah, Rusty
Yeah,
Shackelford.
Rusty Shackelford. Shackelford.
But I will say this, David, is he dead?
Well, Dale, the voice of, but
No, you don't
but I'm
remember?
sure
You don't remember? Like
no.
he's like Dale. There was an episode where he's like, yes, Dale will have died, but and that's where Rusty Shackelford will have opened up a new account, and that's why we're like,
It's
well,
been
we
a
got
long time since I watched King of the Hill. I
it,
always loved how his wife cheated on him and his kid doesn't look nothing like him, but it's like still his kid.
yeah. It's coming back. From what I heard, Dale Dribble's voice was already they already did a few episodes with him,
Oh, okay.
so those are already in the can. So can so I don't know. We'll see, but a lot of people are already. Brittany Murphy's gone. Tom Petty's gone. Some of those cast members are not with us, so I'm interested. I mean, King of the Hill still holds up today. It's still important. It still has gravitas in America.
Yeah, I mean, I love that it started off on Beavis and Butthead.
Yeah, yeah. King Hank Hill was on the movie. He was in the movie, the Beavis and Butthead movie.
Yeah, he was the neighbor.
Yeah,
Humus, Butthead is humus. So yeah, and then Beavis and Butthead made their comeback. They had their movie. They had a new series come out. Speaking of series, so I started watching, and now I know you're not really into anime, but Netflix started a live action One Piece, which is a very famous anime. And to be dead serious, I think they've done a really good job. They didn't make it overly campy like an anime. It has, some of the stuff that you would see in an anime, but they've done a really good job with it. Like if they did more animes like this, everyone would be a hit.
okay. I'll probably watch it today. I have on my schedule to watch some Netflix. I've It's been a long time, but I'm revisiting the movie Midnight Run.
With Robert De Niro?
Yes, Bobby D.
Okay, I haven't seen that. It's on Netflix.
Yeah.
I know they brought the Deer Hunter back on Netflix,
Oh
and
my God, that
I've never
3.
officially like watched the whole because it's 3 hours. It's
I
three
know.
hours.
I might actually watch that. I've seen it, but only on TV. I've seen Midnight Run, but only on TV. So it's a
No, I
bit
saw Minimum. Yeah,
so it's a bit sanitized. Those
yeah.
movies. So I now want to see them as was intended. So I might just
What
actually
did I
do
just
that.
watch? I just watched Parenthood again.
Oh, fantastic!
Yeah, Steve Martin, Rick Moranis, like Keanu Reeves,
Yeah,
and
Keanu
and a
Reeves.
lot of those things still
Yeah,
what?
Keanu Reeves plays he's having an affair, right?
No, he's the husband of one of the daughters. Yeah,
That's right. Okay,
and he helps the kid who has a little porn addiction. So because he has no father figure.
that's
So
right.
it was funny because like a lot of the concept of that movie still hold up now. It's like it still holds weight for society now. But I love the movie. As I giggle and I was watching with my wife and I kept giggling like my scene's coming up. Like you have that favorite scene and it's the scene where he's riding away on the horse and he falls off the horse. And he just immediately gets up.
Yeah,
I'm okay, and then he starts like fucking like falling over again.
yeah.
That's such a good scene. It's comedic genius.
And what else is comedic genius, ladies and gentlemen? Sports.
College football season is upon us.
Oh yeah, I saw the Notre Dame versus Navy shellacking. It's
Shellac. It's maybe like you can't put too much on that game.
But
Yeah, but
it was in Ireland. I was supposed to be at that. I was supposed to be 2 years ago. I was supposed to be at that, and then COVID happened, and then I was supposed to do it again. But it's on my you have your like this is my have to do list, my whatever list, my bucket list
yeah,
is to go to Ireland and watch Notre Dame. It's on my list, and maybe next year or the year after. I don't know. I don't know if it's like every other year they do it, but I like it, and I got to do it.
I got you. Ohio State plays Notre Dame.
When?
Shit. Is it in September? I think it's September. You might be our third game of the year. So
Mm,
have to look at it.
yeah, we definitely have to either call or do something.
Yeah. Um, but you know, the basketball World Cup is happening right now. USA just beat Montenegro.
Wait,
Uh,
basketball World Cup?
yeah, there's a basketball. There's like a FIBA basketball World Cup going on right now. A
I had
bunch
no
of
idea.
countries are. Baseball is coming to a close. Regular season. NFL is
Yes.
going to be starting soon. Soccer season started. There's a lot of stuff going on.
Yeah, Messi, I believe, is playing this Sunday here in BMO LAFC.
Is he? Yeah. I hear it's the most expensive soccer ticket like ever for MLS.
Yeah, good win.
So
Good, what a win for MLS. What a win for Messi. This is only going to bring even more talent out here. So
I
it's good
mean,
for the sport.
it's gonna make soccer much more popular in the U.S. and I think U.S. will start to adapt more, especially with the World Cup coming in a couple years. So that's gonna be huge. That World Cup is gonna be huge because they're gonna expand it. So there's gonna be even more countries. It's gonna be even bigger. So it's gonna be ginormous. It's covering three. It's covering three countries.
Good. I'm glad. I'm glad.
Yeah,
Maybe this soccer thing just might have some legs and become like a number one sport or something like that
in the world or
in the
something.
world
Yeah.
or something. Yeah.
For those of you who are late to the party, football,
Football.
football,
I like the football americano, and
American football.
yeah, it's so weird, and I really don't know how to feel about this. And maybe it happened with your football team, but the Chargers released like for 1 hour we're gonna be doing appearances from all these guys, Keenan Allen, Justin Herbert, and all the rookies, and they're all gonna be. I think it was like in Anaheim or something. They were at a hotel, and it was like you had to pay to get in, and then you had to pay the player for like a photo or whatever, like a photo op or whatever. And I'm on the fence about it. I get it. Like we're paying for them, and it shouldn't be free. But I don't know. Like, what do you feel about that? Like, I know at cons and stuff like that. There's all these people signing autographs for some money and stuff like that. And I get it. That's how they make their kind of living now. But I'm like, these guys are fucking millionaires. Like they have a lot of money. Like, why would they do something like this? I'm not sure. But what are your thoughts on that?
It depends because I think a lot of the times those things like where you're paying for those things, it might be going to charity. You know what I mean? It might be something that's actually going to charity as opposed to like just being like going to the player individually. Um, so I don't know. I mean, I'm not one. I'm not a photograph hound or anything. I am not that person. I could give. I don't know what your autograph's going to do for me. You know, I've met a lot of famous people in my life, and I've never like once go, "Hey, can I get your autograph?" It's always been like, "Hey, I don't even ask for pictures." Like,
Yeah.
I think sometimes people are like, I don't know why people need the like 4 pictures. I get it; it's a memory and stuff like that, but like, I always look at it like these famous people want just to be alone. You know, I'm sure a lot of depending on the situation. Like you're in an event, yes, pictures are going to be taken, and I get it. But if you're out to having lunch, let them have lunch.
Yeah.
But as far as this, as far as being paid, I know, like you said, conventions. A lot of people go to these conventions. A lot of people, some of these people. I went to a horror convention, and, I was like, oh, I remember that person in a movie. And it was like $10 for an autograph. I'm like, bro, that was your one movie. I don't really feel the need to pay $10 for that. Like, I'm sorry that you're at hard times, But so that makes it different. I mean, that's a little different, you know, because I know they're not millionaires and they're
Mm.
successful. They just, they had that one gleam of hope in, their movie, their 15 minutes of fame. But I think those might be more charity based. When it's a whole team, I think it has to be charity based. Like if it was an individual, like Frank, you ever been to Frankenstein's?
Yeah.
They bring people in. I'm sure that's going to the the actual person
Right.
because but it's a one off. But as far as that, I think because of the team event, it might be charity. So I'm okay with it, but I'm not going to pay for it.
Gotcha. Look at that, David getting hors d'oeuvres right there.
Huh? It looks pretty. I got my wife made little charcuterie sticks.
Charcuterie.
Charcuterie. They're called crostinis.
AKA Lunchables.
Like, yeah, yeah, adult Lunchables. So I mean, I don't know. I wouldn't pay for it, but to each their own. A lot of kids. Some kids, it's the only chance they'll get to meet their stars, so they got to pay for it
Yeah.
until the player gets traded away.
I know.
So,
Herbert's not getting traded away. I'm like, those other guys maybe, but Herbert, no. Let's see. I'm just perusing my little sports section I got right here. See if there's any
good baby,
other
thank you.
any other sports that we gotta kind of check. But let's see. I'm just checking to see if there's any other things that we might have missed when talking about that.
The sports.
Yeah. Oh, this just happened the other day against the Dodgers. Acuna, one of the guys from the Braves, is the first player ever with 30 home runs and 60 stolen bases in a season. What an accomplishment! Um,
I feel like that had been done before. I feel like
no,
Ricky Henderson would have done that.
Ricky Henderson was 30 for 30.
Uh,
This is 30 for 60. So, very cool. Sad that it happened against the Dodgers, but shit's gonna happen. Against your favorite team. So
It didn't kill the season, buddy. Calm down.
yeah, I know. But this right now is like the playoffs because these two teams will meet, and it could be for the NL championship. So this is just a little preview. And it's been we lost, but it's been spectacular. Like it's a
That's
close game, and I was on the edge of my seat. Joe Montana calls Dan Marino the greatest quarterback in NFL history. Um, I don't know about that. Because we live in a Tom Brady era. As
see,
much
but here's the thing. Everybody puts it on championships. If it was only on championships, Robert Ory would be one of the greatest
that's true.
players of all time. And
That's
nobody
true.
looks at Robert Ory as one of the greatest players of all time.
I do.
He was a
I
great role
do.
player.
Yeah. I,
But what I'm saying is like you look at Montana and like he was amazing. Marino was actually amazing. Just because they won a Super Bowl doesn't mean he's not one of the greatest of all time. Um, there's a bunch of quarterbacks who won Super Bowls, but it wasn't because of what they did. It was because the
right.
defense was amazing. So it's like, and Brady's first couple of Super Bowls, were defensive oriented more than anything. Plus, tuck rule.
Invented for him.
Yeah. So I mean, everybody has their opinion. I think this whole goat thing it sparks up too many arguments for nothing.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, so you think this person's the greatest of all time? Great. I think this person's the greatest of all time. We both have valid arguments. We're not going to change each other's mind. Just shut up.
Yeah.
Have a drink.
2 or 3. Have a day old beer.
Yeah. Like I tell everybody, dude, had Warren Moon actually started in the NFL and not had to go CFL, he'd have every record.
Yeah.
Warren Moon was like one of the greatest of all time. But nobody talks about Warren Moon.
Except us, David. Because we get it.
We know. We're old enough. I try to talk to my son like, hey, you want to see a great quarterback? Warren Moon. He's like, who the fuck is that?
He's like, doesn't that guy sing Margaritaville? I don't know if you've seen this, but apparently Qatar's World Cup, they found FIFA bribe documents and they exposed them. What? FIFA bribed?
Dude, that the whole reason that the World Cup was in Russia was because of bribery. It's like, or Qatar, yeah. I was like, dude, come on, it never should have been.
Yeah. Oh man. Let's see what else.
Although I'll tell you this right now: if I'm not working the World Cup, I will definitely do everything in my power to go watch at least one game of the World Cup.
But I mean, the World Cup is everywhere because there's going to be games in Dallas. There's going to be games here.
I believe there's 12 stadiums in the U.S., 3 in Mexico, and 2 in Canada. So yeah, it's gonna be everywhere.
And I think that's a true World Cup, where it's just truly all over the world and people are just going. And I think that's gonna wrap that up for our sports segment. Pretty good sports segment right there. Okay, last call for topics. David, is there a topic that you'd like to discuss?
Last topic that I'd like to discuss.
I know I've been kind of dominating the topics today, but is there anything?
No, it's fine. I brought up Bob Marker.
Thank you.
Yeah, I brought up Bob. No, I mean, outside of the 7th anniversary, which congratulations to the Cove again on that achievement, and there are many, many bottles that you can go purchase at the Cove. Just shout out to my wife and her cooking skills. and us spending the weekend together.
Well, to be fair, you spend every day together.
Yeah, but it's not like she's at
Yeah,
work during the day. You know what I mean?
yeah,
And then she gets home tired, and I'm like, so she's this is like where we get to like joke around and
yeah,
play in play around with each other for like all day.
yeah.
I'm gonna convince her to go to the gym with me tomorrow for the next couple of days.
That's
So
cool. Very cool.
walking is healthy, people. Walking is healthy. Walk more.
Yes. Um, topic I wanted to talk about, and this is interesting. I feel that I'm living in wild times because recently I've been sleeping with my closet door open.
You see this look, right? I'm
Yeah.
confused as to what you're getting at here.
Well, no, like, do you ever sleep with your closet door open? What's your closet game like when you go to bed?
The closet's closed. Um, I don't have a thing against it. Um, I I don't know. I know some people don't like it. I know some people have fears of like something in their closet. Are you a fearful closet open person?
No, but you know what? I am a traditionalist. So I do just always have my closet door closed. So it just happened by accident that
Okay, okay, let me ask you this. You're single, you live at home by yourself. Do you close the bathroom door?
no, no,
Just
it's
just
everything's open here.
shit shit sent in the house?
I mean, no, because there's a fan going on. I don't know. The fan up on top.
Yeah.
Doesn't that suck in the?
I don't know. I don't know. I'm like, okay, so do you, does your bedroom have a door?
Yes.
Do you sleep with the door closed in your bedroom?
No.
So everything's open but your closet.
But yeah, because I'm rarely ever doing anything in my closet because it's all my work clothes is all like right there. So I rarely am ever in my closet. It's pretty much on the weekends that I go into my closet for like regular clothes.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. I mean, I go into the closet because that's where I have my humidor. So I was gonna keep checking my humidor, make sure it's the
For
right
your
my cigars.
cigars. Hey,
Cigars.
any new purchases lately?
I did. I got a box of Rocky Patel 20th anniversary. So it was
Mm,
a 15. I got 15 more cigars.
wow, wow.
Yeah.
I just purchased a brand new vinyl that'll be coming in like a week. This is my first time purchasing vinyl over the internet. I usually like to go and touch it and everything, but this is from one of my all-time favorite bands. They're called the Smoking Popes. I'm sure you know them. You don't. Nobody does. Nobody. This is one of those obscure bands that like you're like, oh my, God, you don't know the Smoking Popes, and then this is like one of their first records. This isn't my favorite record of them, but it's one of their first records. It's still great, but like they're coming January 6th to the Palladium. They're going to be playing with MXPX and two other noteworthy bands. And I've never seen either of these bands live. And so I'm purchasing tickets for this. And I can't wait. And while I was purchasing, they're like, hey, do you know that we just reissued our first album? And I'm like, oh, let me fucking just purchase. And then they're like, oh, and here's some new t-shirts. And I'm like, oh my God, I don't have a Smoky Popes t-shirt. So there I am, like, oh, $100 later. I'm like, what did
That's
I
how they get you.
do?
Yeah, that's how they
What did I
get you.
do? I don't have
What
money for
happened to my
this.
money?
I don't have money for this. Credit card. Credit card. I've been
How did they
turning
get
into
me?
I've been turning into such a credit card person. I'll just buy it
Well, it's
on
not a
credit.
bad thing. Yeah, it builds your credit as long as you don't let it get out of control.
Yeah, yeah,
Honestly,
definitely.
that's how I built my credit. I built my credit on credit cards. So, I travel a lot, so it's credit card because I'm out of state. So it's like the safe way to do it.
Right, right. But it's funny. I had this conversation with some people at the Co, And apparently I'm weird because they're like everyone's like, I don't even have a closet door. They're like, I sleep with my closet open, and I'm just like, okay. Apparently I was in the wrong. I didn't know that sleeping with your closet door was the new thing to do. So
Again, this is like this goes back to the goat conversation.
yeah,
However you feel is comfortable in your own fucking house, do what you want to do.
yeah.
Nobody's gonna see your closet. Nobody should see me seeing your closet. Honestly, like,
Really? That isn't like a dating thing. Would you like to see my closet? Look at how
yeah, no.
organized my closet is.
I'm color coordinated. You just like I'm just telling you I'm anal. This is it. This is what's going on.
I'm anal. Do you like anal?
Well played. Well played.
What do we call it? What do we call it? What do we call it? Quarantine pickup lines or
Quarantine pickup lines. There you go. I need to let you know I'm very anal. Do you like anal? And that is the clip. Quarantine pickup lines.
back?
Well, apparently it's coming back. I hear COVID's surging again, so we're gonna
Yeah,
start working on the pickup lines.
yeah. Oh man. Um. Uh. One of the last topics. I was called Brent. A couple of days ago. So I was out checking out that new or new to me brewery called Tortugo, and the bartender like walks up to me, and this is the gift and the curse that's not being a regular, right? Like you're brand new, you're a new face to the bartender, and he goes, "Hey Brent, are you gonna want?" Or what did he say? He said, "He's like." What did he say? He said, "Hey Brent, do you need something or something like that?" And I go, "I'm not Brent." And I just pointed at the most randomest person. I'm like, "That guy looks like a Brent." And the guy goes, "I am Brent." And I go, "That's Brent." I'm like, "I'm not Brent." It was the most hilarious. Like
Was it really Brent?
yes, it was.
That's awesome.
Yeah, and
That's awesome. Yeah, nothing about you says Brent.
right. I was thinking, but apparently that moment I was Brent, and I was just like,
Well, that was like me in Seattle when they thought I was the Asian guy. It's like, are you Steve? Like, no.
you, you can pass as Filipino. You can pass as Filipino.
A Filipino? Okay. That's what I'm going to pass as.
What have you been
Straight
called?
whiskey. What have you got?
Yeah, give us an email. Send us an email, slide in the DM, and let us know. Lastly, been going to some concerts lately. Really on the Hollywood Bowl tip. Went and I saw My Morning Jacket and Fleet Foxes right there, and what a venue! It's slowly becoming my favorite venue to go, and I have particular seats that I buy, and to fully solidify me probably never getting laid, I'm thinking about purchasing tickets to the orchestra Star Wars Return of the Jedi. They're going to be playing the entire movie and doing the orchestra of it. And I'm like, "Oh my god." I'm like, "This is the social event of the season."
But here's the good thing is if you go to this, you might find somebody who would look at you and like, oh, you like doing Star Wars things? Hey, let's hang out. I think it's a good place for you to pick up there.
Yeah, and I'm
I
like, "I'm
wouldn't
not."
use the anal, I wouldn't use the anal line there, but you like Star Wars music? So do I.
Do you like being
Let's go.
anal about your closet? Anal?
Anal? Um. Oh, you know what? Speaking of the concerts, getting back real quick. What? How did your concert in the hurricane go?
That's what happened. It was postponed. They postponed
Oh,
it,
okay. So
and
that's the one that you were supposed to go to.
yeah,
Okay.
that's when I was supposed to go to, and it was perfect. It was what a night. Um, I took now and it's weird because at particular concerts you could do particular things. So at this you could take those I have a water jug, and they're like you're allowed to bring in a water jug just with no water in it. You could fill it up in the bowl. So I brought that, and that saved me from like purchasing alcohol or anything like that because I was just drinking water from there. And next time, though, I'm gonna bring some trail mix and some carrots and just something to snack on while watching everything.
Yes.
So slowly I'm evolving. So I'll become like a Hollywood Bowl kind of aficionado. If
Hold on, real quick.
Yeah,
Something wrong? Okay. I thought my wife saw a bug. I was gonna have to go do man stuff right now.
man stuff, man stuff. But yeah.
Kill bugs dead.
So yeah. So guys, thanks for tuning in for the show. Really appreciate it. And if you appreciate us, log on to drinkstowardsby.com. There you will see the plethora of streaming platforms that we're available on. Go ahead and click those banners and hit subscribe. If you want to see us live in action, we have a YouTube where we actually you can visually see us and see what we do. So there you'll be able to see, for example, in the background, I see a bunch of toilet paper that's been there um, from David's house. Is that toilet
No,
paper?
this is no. These are paper towels. Sir. Paper towels.
Ah, which in a pinch can be
In a
used.
pinch. In a pinch. No, we have toilet paper. We've had to purchase our own toilet paper.
Yes, I'm
Ever.
almost.
Like, but it's tilt now. Uh, I
No,
didn't
it's
think
been the star of the entire show. Now
has it really? Okay. So yes, we've had to purchase our own toilet paper. It's been a while. I'm saying it's been like a good year since we've had to like purchase our own toilet paper. Especially now with the a possible pandemic coming around again because everybody's being out and about. Um, yeah, no, it's regular paper towels. And you're right. In a pinch, paper towels or napkins. I've fucking used napkins if we need to. Some napkins are better than others for that shit. Tell you that much.
Yeah, so feel free to log on to drinksfirstsbed.com, hit the YouTube banner, and hit that subscribe button, and never miss another show. But if you just want to listen to us audibly, that's perfectly fine as well. Feel free to catch up on all of our shows. This is like 160 something,
Yeah,
64, I want to say, maybe. I'm not sure, but
I don't know.
it's a lot. It's a lot. So
We don't do it for the numbers. We don't do it for the numbers.
no, we don't. We don't. But I'll tell you what numbers we do it for: the donation, ladies and gentlemen. Um, there's one nation that is the best nation. What nation is that, David Macias?
Donation.
Do you know what the capital of donation is?
Remind me one more time.
It's generosity, ladies and gentlemen. That is the capital. So if you want to live in that capital, click that donation button. And from there, throw us a few fazools. And all that money will eventually go to when eventually we're at the Cove. Or it just might go to something else. We don't know.
We don't know. It might go through. It might go to our Inglewood tour. Who knows?
Exactly. We don't we don't know.
We don't
So
know. We don't know.
but I assure you it'll be used in a good way. For sure. So feel free to click that donation button. But I get it. Times are tough. Sometimes people don't have $1 billion to give us. You know what you do have? Influence. And you can just share the link, post a show, let people know what you're listening to, and let them know it's all right here on Drinks to Words By. So we thank you for tuning in. And if there's anything that we missed, or anything that you want to talk about, anything you want to discuss, you want to be a guest, email us drinkswordsby@gmail.com, or go ahead and hit the subscribe button on our Instagram at drinks to words by and slide in the DM. I know that was a lot of instruction right there, but hey, you'll eventually get it. So yeah, so now we come to the final cheers. And what are we cheersing to today, David?
Um, what are we cheersing to? Hmm, I don't really have anything. I'm like so content right now. Um, uh, Cheers to all the people we've lost that are famous and have helped us throughout the years. Uh, whether it's the voice of Dale, whether it's Bob Barker, to cherish life and to enjoy the people that you have in your life. Cheers to that.
Cheers, definitely. And I am going to cheers to the Cove for 70 years of being open. And part of those years is having us lunatics in the place. Very happy for them, very excited. Can't wait to see what the next 70 years has in store for them. So to them, I cheers.
Cheers.
Cheers. And on a side cheers, I'm gonna cheers to refrigeration as well. So refrigeration not only keeps our beer cold at times, but it keeps our stiffs cold as well. So that's gonna wrap it up for this edition of Drinks to Words by David. Kick him out.
All right, everybody. The price is right for you to leave and come back next week.
And that's gonna wrap it up for this edition of Drinks
Bye,
to Words by.
everybody.
We're out of here. Later.